Hello, hello. If you would like to see a quick walkthrough of this Orchid Malden Mini, then stay tuned. Okay guys, so I wanted to do a review of this and kind of show you guys this. I did show this on Instagram a while back, but as I said in a couple other videos, I really, I know that there's a lot of people that have Instagram and don't have YouTube, or have YouTube and don't have Instagram. I am trying to create some different content for both. So here I am showing this again on YouTube. And so this is the Filofax Malden, and this is a mini, and this is one of the colors, new colors that Filofax has put out. This is the color Orchid. And I mean, y'all can see how small this is just in my hand. So it's just, oh, it's so stinking cute. I'm even looking at it on the video. As you can tell, I adore this thing. I really do. When it does eventually come to the US, I might actually snag a second one just so that I have a backup, because that's how much I like it. This thing's going with me everywhere, and I have a feeling it's going to show wear fairly quick because I'm using it as one of my two on-the-go planner / wallets. Now, this is the only one I'm using for an actual wallet. I do use my, let me grab it. This is my Giglio, I have it zoomed out, my Giglio Appunto with this is just a regular Hobonichi Weeks, and I do use that one for appointments and such. It's easier for me to use that. But what I do is, and I'll show you, actually, no, wait, we'll step back. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so let's look at this girl. So it comes in the regular Malden format as far as, you know, this is how the popper is. It's sort of angled right here with the, what would I call that? I guess sort of like a brushed nickel, steely type button. So, and then the inside matches it, so it's pretty much the same there. And then it is this, like, I think they call it a vintage leather. I am not super well versed with Filofax. I hate to say, it's a tragedy, but it's true. It's only the second one that I've ever owned. But you can see it's sort of, you know, it's like wrinkly. And how would I describe the texture? I really wouldn't necessarily describe it as plasticky, but it is, you know, definitely more of a coated leather, if you can hear that at all. So, and you can see like the shine on it and the wrinkles, and of course, like the strap, the more I've used it, the more wrinkles it has gotten as I've used it, which, I mean, I don't care. It makes no difference to me. But I love it. Okay. Rounded edges on the corners, and y'all can see they do use like the, sorry about that. My daughter's out there painting and she knows I'm doing a video, but she's banging anyway. That's okay. So you can see that the edges are waxed on all sides. Got cut off there, so we are back. So just showing the edges here have this sort of like waxed finish. So now opening it up, there is a zipper pocket on this side, and I just keep some change in there. And then there is 1, 2 slip pockets here for some cards. And you can see it's backwards. Oh, it's upside down, that's why. It says Filofax Malden, mini organizer, antiqued leather. And I've already kind of started getting it a little dirty because I am definitely using this. And then on the back side here, again, there's 2 slots for pockets, and there is a space for a pen loop. I will say it's not elasticated. I kind of wish it was, because I think it would hold a pen better, but I just have this little mini pen and I have it clipped on the back side there. And then it does have a back pocket, and I just have some cash and some receipts in there. And then getting to the planner itself. So what, and as you can see, because this is a question that I always ask people, because for a planner that I'm going to plan in regularly, it's important that when I set this down, it just goes like this. This one does not. So I've had it for a few weeks, and I don't know, like, you know, I think eventually it will sort of train itself flat, but right now it's definitely not. So you can kind of see it there. So if that bothers you, just kind of be aware of that, especially in the beginning when it's fairly new. I've been using it for, like I said, a few weeks, and it's still kind of stiff right there. So for this one, that doesn't bother me. For an everyday carry, like, I would not want this for one that I was going to use every day, because that just would drive me nuts. It absolutely has to stay flat in order for me to be happy. And I know that some people have said, like, you can put a book on each side and sort of train it that way so it stays more flat and gets used to it. But I think, you know, the big thing is you're going to be wrinkling this leather more, and you're going to give it more tendency to crack. So for this, it just doesn't matter. So going to the insides, so it does have a monthly. And so, like I was telling you, so what I do is this. Okay, so I go to the doctor's office. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. All right, I go to the doctor's office. I take this with me. I write down the time that they give me for, say, my next appointment, and I take, this is a doctor's card, I take the card for that, and I just stick it in there so that I have it as well. Okay, then I know, and actually a lot of times what I'm doing is I put it on the front and I face it out with the information. This way I remember that I have to transfer this to my regular planners. So as you can see, I've sort of like jotted down appointments that I have coming in the future. So that's basically what I do. So, and I have all the way to the end of the year. And then I also have a new set for 2021. So that's that. Now it is sort of it's hard to tell, but it is sort of a cream colored paper. And it's definitely not as thin as Tomoe River paper, but it's pretty thin. So I guess if y'all are big into Filofax, you will know what that paper feels like. Now, this monthly does not actually come with this. What comes with this, let me see if I can find it easily, is, one moment. Okay, here we go. What comes with this is these here. So they're sort of like a week on 2 pages, and they're listed out, you know, for the whole year. So that's what it comes with. It did not come with the monthlies, so I purchased the monthlies separately. And like I said, I went ahead and purchased 2021 as well. And then you'll see that I have some extras in here too. So I basically have my monthly there. Then I just have blank pages here, to-do list, and then in the very back I have addresses, which I haven't filled out yet, and I have my current meds, and I just keep that with me in case of an emergency. So that is basically how I'm using it. It works out well. You know, I know some people that have all sorts of different cards and stuff, makes it difficult for them, you know, to utilize just 4 pockets, but for me, I don't really have many cards, and so that is a good size for me. Now, comparing it to what I was using before, I was using this Giglio Firenze Apoca Lilla Intelligent wallet. Sorry, I was trying to think of what it was called. So you can kind of see this is basically a business card size. I was looking to see, do I have any? This is like, it's a washi card, but it's business card size, a little bit bigger. So there. So you can see that this one is a little wider, a little taller than a regular business card size. And it still does fit in most all of my back pockets, so it works great. I know I probably look really funny having this in my back pocket and my cell phone. People are like, look at that chick. But, you know, especially in times like right now, I don't really want to carry my bags around a whole ton. So I just basically take an alcohol wipe or a non-alcohol baby wipe and just kind of clean it, and then I just throw it back in my bag until I take it out for the next time. So it works really well. Like I said, you can see it's quite small, which I just love because I really feel like a pocket to me ends up being too big. A lot of the pockets are really not that far in size from an A6, and that's just too big for a on-the-go carry for me for a wallet. So this works out wonderfully and I love it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.